here's your conservative, but not bitter host, Todd Huff.
All right, folks. Well, you may have awakened this morning or over the past couple of days and find yourself wondering, is this even the United States of America any longer? My, oh my, we've got so much to talk about. Welcome to the program. I am your host, Todd Huff. You can email me your thoughts, opinions, your adoration and praise will also be accepted. Todd Huff Show, well, Todd at ToddHuffShow.com. As long as our website can stay up. I'm fortunate that we work with a team of marketing professionals that are not in the business of censoring speech. They'll keep our website up as long as, you start to look at all the hands involved in all the pieces of the puzzle, I guess, in website hosting today. Amazon Web Services, AWS, has now taken down Parler. So Parler's not up this morning. Parler is apparently not even a thing right now because we've got, radical censors out there, folks that believe that their job is to keep you protected from the comments, the tweets, the whatever you want to call it, the messaging of the President of the United States of America. So, lots to get into. In fact, on Friday evening, as I was wrapping my head around everything that we were witnessing Friday, I decided to go live on Facebook. I've never done this before. I might do this again. We had a pretty good following Friday night, and I appreciate those of you that watched what we said. It was it was a extemporaneous production of this program. There were no commercial breaks or anything. We just started talking, started going through all the stuff that was going on, and it's a lot to take in. So it started with, of course, you look at about 5 o'clock, and I'm going to summarize what we talked about, but about 5 o'clock on a Friday, you have a whole series of things that begin to be announced this was, again, 5 o'clock Friday, a whole series of things that begin to be announced in this nation. One of those, and by the way, this is when politicians, or not just politicians, but anyone who wants to get kind of the slow drip of media instead of this incessant, around-the-clock coverage, you release things at 5 on a Friday. That's what you do. You release things at 5 p.m. on a Friday. And that's what they did. And in the things happening, we had, of course, Nancy Pelosi calling for impeachment, which she's going to call for impeachment if Mike Pence or anyone in the Trump administration, who's left, I guess, in the Trump administration, if they will not enact the 25th Amendment of the of the Constitution. So we literally have this morning, starting on Friday evening, just a couple days ago, we have calls again. Now, this is not new. They've been calling for this stuff pretty much since the beginning. As soon as they dried their tears in 2016, remember this? We've talked about this before. You know this. As soon as they dried their tears in 2016, as soon as they came to the realization that no matter how much they screamed at the universe, the President of the United States was going to be Donald J. Trump. As soon as they came to that realization. Now, some of them are still in denial 4 years plus later, but nonetheless, they smacked themselves, they looked themselves in the mirror, and they smacked their face, and they said Maxine, or Adam, for Adam Schiff, or Nancy Pelosi, or Chuck Schumer. They looked themselves in the mirror and said their name, and they said, get it together. You're going to have to stop this president. This president is not going to simply, go away quietly into the night. We can't scream about Russia having stolen this election by posting ads on Facebook and Pokemon Go, tricking the American voter. Now, that's what they told us. That's what they told us all those years ago now, 4+ years ago, that we had a real problem because of Pokemon Go ads. I kid you not. That is the truth. And Facebook, people were tricked into voting for Trump instead of Hillary, who, of course, had their best interest at mind. That's right. Hillary Clinton had your best interest at mind. And we should have had 100% probably of Americans, or maybe by their math, 108% of American voters voting for Hillary Clinton in 2016. But as soon as they came to the realization that this guy is going to be our president, as soon as they, ran out of service dogs and adult coloring books and all the other things, as soon as they realized that they're out of silly little childish tactics, they began the process of talking about impeachment, impeaching this guy, the president of the United States. And they've played these silly games. They've played these silly games, and they've been dangerous with what they've been playing, right? 25th Amendment is where the cabinet of the president gets together and says, look, this guy that's in office is not capable of serving. He's just not got it. We've got to step in and save the country from this guy. And so that's what they want Mike Pence to do. And this isn't the first time we've heard about this. Right now in the media and the Democrat Party, they'll say, well, the reason you haven't heard about this before is because what this president is doing has never been done before. This is so dangerous. He's volatile. In fact, Friday we had Nancy Pelosi calling effectively the military and trying, you talk about a coup, folks, to go to the military. Who's the commander-in-chief of the United States military? It is the president of the United States. Who's the president of the United States? Even if you think Joe Biden, well, now with the electors he is, but even if you've been clamoring that Joe Biden be recognized as president-elect for all this time, Trump is still president until noon on January 20th. That is just simply reality. And so he has control. He is the boss, the commander-in-chief of the U.S. Military. And Pelosi goes to the military asking the military to strip the president of nuclear codes. Don't let this guy near the nuclear codes, because who knows what he's going to do. He's just going to start, so goes the argument, so goes Nancy Pelosi's delusional perspective. But that's not what this is about. It's not about her perspective. It's about how she can frame this. Folks, this is what she wants to be able to say. I had to go to the United States military, to the generals themselves, and beg and plead and say, please, please. Oh, I didn't want to do this. Just like I didn't want to impeach the president back in December of last year, 12 months ago. I didn't want to do it. I cried. Oh, it's so sad and moving. Pray for my president. I didn't want to do this. We just had no choice. Such a sad day in Washington, D.C., right? This is all part of the silly little ridiculous narrative that they've built because they're terrified of this guy. Not because of the nuclear codes, but because of the veil he's torn back in Washington, D.C., because of the support that he has amongst people, even today. Folks, I saw one of the, was it Rasmussen? One of the approval polls has him at something like, I think I saw 51%. How in the world is this even remotely possible, given what we have seen, what they have done to the president, how he has been maligned? Now they're saying that he incited the riots, the violence in Washington, D.C. He did that. He is personally responsible for that. This is what they're telling us. Fortunately, we have even some liberal law professors, some liberal constitutional attorneys who will tell you that that's not what happened. Dershowitz, Jonathan Turley, they may not have liked some of the comments, but to say that that the president incited violence is simply not what happened. In fact, it's protected speech under the First Amendment. But this is the narrative. This is where they're going with this. So Pelosi talks about the 25th Amendment. Then she also talks about impeachment. Again, folks, we are let's see, what is today? Today is January 11th. President Trump, by the calendar, has, 9 days or 8.5 days until noon on January 20th to be president of the United States. In fact, President Trump has, according to the timeline here, with Biden and Kamala being ready to be sworn in, President and Vice President of the United States, they get a kick off their little celebration here in about as long. So Trump's remaining reign, if you will, as president, his term as president, it's about as long from now until the end on January 20th as the nation of Chaz existed, which, by the way, you talk about an actual coup. Folks, you have been lied to, deceived. The president, Republicans, conservatives have been maligned and lied about. You know this. This is beyond denying. This is as obvious as the noonday sun for anybody who wants to see this. And so that was Friday night. Impeachment, 25th Amendment. Then Twitter comes along and says the president is going to be permanently banned on Twitter. The president of the United States is permanently banned on Twitter. Now, Twitter not being very smart, they block his account or whatever, permanently suspend him or whatever they call it, forgetting that the president of the United States also still manages the @POTUS handle, POTUS, President of the United States. And so President Trump tweets out from that account, and I can just see the Twitter goofballs there in the office. Oh, my goodness, he's got another account. So they went back and I think deleted some tweets that he had sent out on Friday. This was going on as the smarty pants on Twitter, the radical leftists out there, it was actually trending. Melania's Twitter account, I think, was trending at one point on Twitter. People being, some of it was funny, by the way, but people saying that Trump was going to log into Melania's Twitter and start going to town from that account. But it literally did happen with the @POTUS account because Twitter is not apparently smart enough. They were patting themselves on the back and applauding this is a great victory for the American people, for the Twitter community, because they saved people from the tweets of Donald J. Trump. What on earth have we come to? What on earth have we come to? I mean this. What on earth are we witnessing here? This is censorship. Oh, but Todd, it's not a violation of the First Amendment of the United States of America, right? It's not the government actually censoring the president. It's Twitter. And Twitter, I had some conversations with people on social media about this. And they were saying things like, Twitter can do what Twitter wants to do. Well, that's not entirely true, folks. Twitter has terms of service. Whenever you sign up with Twitter, there's an agreement. There is a contract between the two parties. And Twitter can't just delete any tweet that it wants. In fact, when you look at the Section 230 agreement that was put in place for social media back in 1996, the idea was to give them kind of the best of both worlds, where number one, they would have the ability to not be held liable for things that people put on their platforms, but two, would be given the ability to still enforce a set of community standards. So they're kind of a mixture according to 230, Section 230. They are both a publisher. They're not technically a publisher. They're a place for free speech, except they can still have their own community standards and rules. But the question always comes down to where the rubber meets the road. And are these standards being enforced fairly and reasonably and objectively? They're absolutely not. It's why you can get away with saying Trump incited a riot. In what objective universe did President Trump incite a riot. It's almost as though they say if you're running an election, you can do whatever you want, but if someone says, hey, there's a problem here, or hey, this happened, or hey, there's a video that shows X, Y, or Z, that becomes the problem. That's always the problem for the left. How something is communicated about is more important than the actual event that takes place. That is what we're witnessing here. President Trump has again been permanently banned from Twitter because, well, you know why. It's not because he's some grave danger to American society. He's a grave danger to the American political class. He's a grave danger to those who are operating in darkness and in the deep state of this great nation. That's what this is about. This is about silencing him, and it is censorship. Folks, just because the government doesn't do it doesn't mean that it's not censorship. Private companies can censor. It's only a violation of the First Amendment if it is political speech being violated, or free speech being violated by the government, them telling you can't say it. But effectively what they've done is they've found people with these massive platforms who are supposed to be a place for free speech and the exchange of ideas, right, where people can debate and discuss politics. They've basically created this perfect scenario where a so-called private entity and company can censor the president and silence his political speech as sitting president of the United States of America. Again, you may have gone to bed Thursday night, or I don't know how far back you want to turn the calendar before you would say, I woke up and today began to wonder if I even recognize this nation as the great United States of America. And the speed at which this is turned, the degree to which folks are prepared to embrace ideas that are the true antithesis of our constitutional republic, of those that were embraced by our founders, is candidly a little terrifying, or candidly a lot terrifying. So timeout is in order. Quick timeout is coming here. Sit tight. Listening to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I am your host, Todd Huff, back in just a minute.
Listen to Todd's show on your way to work, but want to hear more? Don't miss a beat. Visit toddhuffshow.com/listen to catch the program anytime, anywhere.
The printing industry has changed a lot since we opened for business in 1931, but what our clients expect from us really hasn't changed. Quality print, fast turnaround, and competitive prices. We've learned a lot at Moeller Printing over 86 years and 3 generations. Why not put that experience to work for you? Call 317-353-2224 and mention discount code RADIO to receive 10% off your first order. Call Moeller Printing at 317-353-2224.
Why would you call a company called Commercial Service for your home heating, cooling, and plumbing? Same question I had, because they have provided over 70 years of quality service and trained products for both homes and businesses in Central Indiana. It's hard to stop Commercial Service, and it's hard to stop a train. Give them a call. I'm glad I did.
Call Commercial Service at 812-339-9114 or online at commercialservice.com. Commercial Service, commercial grade service for your home.
Hey Indianapolis, by now you've probably heard about Jody Dowdle with Midwest Tax Group. Jody and his team are experts at helping you prepare your personal or small business tax returns. You can count on Midwest Tax Group to get every deduction possible and work for your higher refund. And not just on this year's taxes, they'll check your prior returns for any tax savings you may have missed for free. Are you behind on filing your returns? They can file past due returns and help negotiate with the IRS too. They complete most tax returns within a week and charge an affordable flat fee, no hourly billing. And as their client, you can consult with the team at Midwest Tax Group year-round at no charge. Midwest Tax Group has 4 office locations in Castleton, Greenwood, Plainfield, and Greenfield, with evening and weekend appointments available. Schedule your appointment today at 317-288-5260. That's 317-288-5260. Or visit their website at mwtaxgroup.com. Midwest Tax Group can help you more than any piece of software ever could.
All right, here we go. $100 down, $200
I went to my first firearms auction a few years ago. It was hosted by TJ Freege, one of my good friends from high school, who is a champion auctioneer and one of the best in the business. In spite of objections from liberal legislators, I walked away with a .22 rifle and a few boxes of ammunition. And I had a great afternoon with my grandpa that I won't soon forget. If you've ever wondered what treasure you could find in an auction, visit FreegieAuctioneers.com and take a look at their upcoming Central Indiana auction schedule. That's Freegie, F-R-E-I-J-E, auctioneers.com. Visit FreegieAuctioneers.com.
Hi, I'm TJ Freegie, owner and lead auctioneer at Freegie & Freegie Auctions and Marketing. I invite you to come see the power of live auctions. It's fast, it's fun, it's transparent, and it's the absolute best way to ensure you get fair market value for your asset today. Get results, go auction.
When life is hard for the women you care about, there is help with issues such as widowhood, anxiety, depression, or abuse. They don't have to go through it alone. Peace Restored is there to walk with women through the journey. Peace Restored helps women through free mentoring, counseling, and education. When life is hard, Peace Restored is there to help women you care about find hope and healing. To learn more, visit peacerestored.net.
Does your business have a plan for social media marketing? Are you reaching the right audiences through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the list goes on? Are you learning from the data? Jarbo can help. Our team doesn't just come in and tell you how to be successful. We help you execute and measure your sales and marketing efforts. Give us a call at 317-834-6560 or visit us online at jarbomarketing.com. That's jarbomarketing.com. Make social media work for you.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC. Welcome back. By the way, I should tell you, I'm going to say here right now, given what's happened, so we just talked about what happened Friday night. Nuclear codes, impeachment, 25th Amendment. My goodness. Then we had Amazon Web Services over the weekend say that they were going to cut their service from Parler. Parler is a social media app for conservatives. Well, it's for anybody, but it's for people who believe in free speech. In fact, I find myself wondering, once President Trump was kicked off of Twitter, where are all these folks that were maligning, misrepresenting? I mean, the venomous, the folks on Twitter. Twitter, folks, is the gutter of the universe. I'm telling you. Now, you can use Twitter just like anything else and not find yourself in the gutter, but it is a big, massive, it is the heart of Twitter. Twitter is full of angry, vociferous, just unhinged radical leftists, and a lot of fake people. A lot of fake people are on Twitter as well. This is who resides on Twitter. This is where they call home. And if you don't agree with or if you don't support the liberal agenda or talking points for the day, for the week, for the month, whatever they are, they will come after you with the pitchforks. And that's effectively what we've witnessed. But I find myself wondering, what are these folks going to do? What are they going to find them? What are they going to do when Trump's gone? I had someone retweet to me that they were going to start sharing puppy pictures. I hope that they can find that in their hearts, retweeting puppy pictures. But that's not who these folks are, folks. They are angry. They hate Trump. They hate Trump in a way that is unhealthy. Of course, it's unchristian, but well beyond that, even for the radical, unhinged, godless, atheistic portion of the left, the radical, the fringe part. You know who I'm talking about. Even for those folks, it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy behavior, but folks, it has become who they are. This is their This is their identity. This is their common thread. It is connecting with people who hate Trump. That is their bond. We hate Trump. That is their bond. You think about that. You think about that. It is sad and disgusting and despicable. But that is what it has become. And so my point in mentioning this is, so Parler's down. Amazon cut down Parler's website service. So not only that, you can't get the app on the Google Play Store or what is it called? The Apple Store. Is that what it's called? The App Store, maybe. You cannot get Parler. You can't find Parler right now. In fact, I was up late last night. Folks, I'm not a guy that does a lot of sleeping anyway, but I was up late last night. I am concerned for my country. I am concerned dramatically for this great nation. The things that we are seeing now are Stalinistic. This is Stalinistic behavior that we're seeing demonstrated across this country. It is coordinated by big tech, and they have a purpose. It's maybe unstated directly, but it's not hard to read between the lines here. Their purpose is to prevent someone like Donald J. Trump or Donald J. Trump himself repeating what he pulled off over these past 4 years, connecting with massive amounts of people, exposing fraud and corruption and the deep state, showing us just how pathetic and useless and ineffective and corrupt and just no good our politicians are, folks. That's what they've done, or that's what he has done, and they can't have that. They don't want that. And so they've all colluded. Talk about collusion. Here we go. Collusion between Google and Apple and Amazon to silence the president of the United States. He's going to go to Parler. Can't have that. Shut Parler down. He's going to go to Gab, another social media app. Can't have that. Better shut that down as well. Does this sound like the United States of America to you? Now, the refrain or the response would be, oh, but Todd, he is inciting violence. Are these tech companies supposed to stand by as the president of the United States effectively calls for civil war? That's what, basically, this is what they're saying, folks. This is what they're saying. And I tell you this morning, if you don't, if this hasn't gotten you fired up, folks, I think, I think that there may be something wrong, or you need to maybe look more at what is actually being done, because this is unhinged and out of control. This is not the United States of America. It is not. It is not. And so here we are, waiting to usher in a new president of the United States, while one side, now remember, we're told that Biden's going to unify us all. Biden's going to unify us all. Well, how's he going to do that? How is he going to do that at this particular point when they have demonized? Again, the House is going to impeach President Trump. They're going to begin proceedings today if Pence or whomever in the administration does not enact the 25th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, stating that President Trump is no longer fit to serve and that he needs to be removed. Some people are calling for the resignation of the President of the United States. Others are pointing out he didn't even technically concede in his speech last week when he said there would be a smooth transition, because he didn't. He didn't congratulate Biden. He didn't say, I'm dropping out. He didn't say it's been great. He did, in a sense, been great being your president, but he didn't say this was it. And that can mean any number of things. Folks are all concerned about that. Mike Lindell, the MyPillow guy, actually Friday about 3 o'clock, recorded a video on a private jet flying back home to Minnesota on his way to a meeting with, I think, Sidney Powell and Mike Flynn. Said that, I'm just telling you, I'm not saying that this is true. I'm just saying that all this stuff happened at one time, and these are crazy times that we live in. But he said that Donald Trump would be your president for the next 4 years. I mean, we're in crazy times right now. Crazy times. And so, anyway, when you look at what's happening across the social media spectrum, if you want to follow this program, if you want to make sure, and I know many of you listen on Freedom 95, that's great. That's probably a safe place. But although when Biden takes control and when the Democrats have control of the House and the Senate, who knows if they'll start talking about the fairness doctrine and what sort of regulations and rules they'll have for talk radio. But that's something that a battle we may have to fight in the days, weeks, months to come. But right now, if you want to stay connected to me in this program on social media or just outside of listening on the radio, and you can download the podcast as long as Apple keeps it up. You can connect with us on Facebook and Twitter as long as Facebook and Twitter let us have a page. But you should connect with us if you want to do social media. Gab, Rumble, which there's not a whole lot we do on Rumble, although we upload the episodes on Rumble, and Parler if and when it returns. Parler is talking about maybe not being able to survive this because of how they've been targeted by multiple folks at the same time. So we're at Todd Huff Show on all those social media platforms. But I'm going to say the best way outside of connecting with us on the radio itself or by downloading our podcast, the best way to stay connected is through email. And folks, we're going to work on some things here. It's no longer just going to be email news and stories and, stuff like that. We're going to add a component where we're actually going to look. I want to unite conservatives, and we've always wanted to do this, but I want to be more intentional with our email. And we have politicians in our state. I'm based in Indiana. As we grow, we'll have hopefully more to say about other parts of the country as well. But here in this state, I want to get like-minded conservatives together, and we're going to find, to the best of our abilities, with God as our help and guide here, but we're going to find folks that are going to challenge some of these jokers in Republican primaries, and we're going to find, to the best of our ability, God willing, the ability to have people in office that believe in the Constitution and liberty. They're not part of the deep state. They don't want to make politics a career. They want to do what's right for the American people and adhere to the Constitution. So the best way to stay in contact and to kind of be a part of that movement outside of listening, and this is, look, you don't have to buy anything from us. Some of you, I hope you do. But you don't. This is about, I don't care if you have a competing talk show, if you're a blogger. I don't care if you're a person. What's your background? The best way to stay in contact with us, not just stay in contact, but to come on board and say, I want to be a part of that community, and I want to actually take some steps to making change in this great nation. I want to have a role in that, and just be part of that movement. We're seeking to grow and develop that. Sign up for the email newsletter. It's 100% free. 100% free. You don't have to buy a thing from us. There'll be opportunities to, as there always are, but I don't even care about that at the moment. We have this nation to work on and to save. So you can join by going to toddhuffshow.com/subscribe, totally free. Or you can currently text. I might do away with this soon because most people go to the website. But you can text the word Huff to 31996. That's my last name, Huff, to 31996. I'm super long in this segment. In fact, way long. So next segment's going to be really short. My apologies. Sit tight, though. Be back here in just a minute.
Is it possible to be a fan of the show if you don't have the gear to prove it? Why not be safe and remove all doubt? Shop for official merchandise at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Hey Indy, Sid here with Kill a Dent Removal. We specialize in a paint-free repair process known as PDR. Our certified master technicians remove dents and dings of all shapes and sizes, including hail damage, with 0 body fillers, 0 painting, and 0 diminished value. Most repairs are completed the same day, many even while you wait. Check us out at killadentremoval.com. And remember, folks, don't paint your car, go PDR.
Wallace Construction is a family-owned business with 45 years' experience in asphalt, concrete, and seal coating. At Wallace Construction, our wide variety of experience and top-notch customer service have helped us build a strong reputation in central Indiana. But we don't rest on that reputation. We build it, one job at a time. If you have an upcoming project, call us at 317-422-5356. That's Wallace Construction, 317-422-5356, and ask for Richard or Roger.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at Zuluscape.com.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing, and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick.
Dial the number, spell the words.
For on time.
Hunting, fishing, bows, guns, ammo, safes, and more. The Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood has all the gear you need for your outdoor experience. We have a huge selection of brands that other shops don't carry, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to answer all your outdoor adventure questions. At Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood, you can even hone your archery skills at our indoor shooting range. Find us online at outdoorsmansportshop.com. So get outdoors, but bring the right gear.
Our sense of smell stimulates memory and emotion. A scent can seemingly transport us to another place in time. Homemade, hand-poured candles and melts from spur-of-the-moment creations will give your nose the experience the rest of your body is missing during any season of the year. Crackling firewood, fresh-cut grass, Macintosh apple, and even racing fuel are some of their over 200 engaging fragrances. Visit spurofthemomentcreations.com and enter coupon code TODD at checkout to receive 15% off your order today.
Fireplaces can be beautiful and even essential in heating some homes. But did you know they could be dangerous to your family if not properly maintained? Chimneys need to be cleaned and inspected annually. My family and I had Smalling Masonry inspect ours. They are friendly, informative, on time, and helped us use our wood-burning stove more efficiently. Call Christian-owned Smalling Masonry today at 317-903-8121 and mention my name, Todd Huff, for a 15% off chimney inspection and sweep.
Hi, this is Kenton with Christian Community Connect. We're a network of business professionals that are committed to living out our faith in the marketplace by preferring one another in love while serving everyone. With online listings at $27 per month, if you're a Christian in business, committed to treating others as you would want to be treated, we would love to include you. Check our reviews and sign up at ChristianCommunityConnect.com.
Welcome back. So, as I shared with you last segment, I'm really far behind the break, so this is a really quick segment. I'll just set up what I want to discuss next segment. I want to discuss CNN. There's a soundbite, a montage, if you will, put together from CNN. I know, don't turn the program just because I cite CNN. I want you to hear how this is being portrayed. I want you to hear how the likes of Wolf Blitzer and Jim Acosta, very fake news Acosta over there at CNN, and there's some others in this, I think, in this montage as well, put together by Media Research Council. So I want to play that. I want you to listen to that, and as we play it, I want you to remember the company, say in, Colorado, the company, the bakery that refused to bake a cake for a same-sex wedding. And I just want you to listen to how Jim, very fake news Acosta, and the other folks at CNN, how they talked about the baker or the flower shop, who's another one, same sort of deal, wherever the flower shop was, who refused to do arrangement for a same-sex wedding because it violated a same-sex wedding, violated their religious belief and belief in what marriage was. But you force them, right? You got to force them. That's what the Constitution calls for. That's what they said back then anyway. but I want you to compare and contrast how they talk about Twitter and Jack Dorsey, the Mountain Man, as compare and contrast how they talk about the flower shop. Keep that in mind as I play that segment or that soundbite, this montage. But I got to do that after the break because, as I told you, got really long-winded last segment, which you're used to by now, but that's okay. Sit tight. Be back here in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.
Are you tired of manually opening the gate every time you pull in the drive, especially during the freezing cold, pouring rain, or hot, humid weather? Then Gatekeeper Services has your solution. They offer affordable residential and commercial motorized units for your gated properties. Veteran-owned with over 50 years' experience in motorized gate sales and repairs on any make or model, and with numerous entry control options, Gatekeeper Services takes pride being certified in both automated gate system design and operator installation. Simplify your life today by calling 317-714-4061.
The compassion of Christ. It's living life connecting to the broken and messy world. It's not simply walking down the street and dropping a quarter in someone's bucket. It's been perverted by Satan from biblical compassion to feeling sorry for, and sympathy isn't where God wants us to live. It's connecting to broken people in our daily life. Living the compassion of Christ.
All your life, you've planned and taken care of the people you love. They always knew you had a plan. Taking care of your final wishes will give them one final gift. Buying your headstones direct through Thomas Monument saves your loved ones additional stress during a difficult time and saves money by cutting out the middleman. Call 317-244-6525 or go online to thomasmonument.com to understand why families have trusted us since 1962.
Our word can't be diluted because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
Welcome back. Again, thank you for those of you who have signed up for the email. It is ultimately the only way I can assure you, if we want to stay connected digitally, that we can continue to do so. I can't control Parler. I can't control Gab. I can't control Rumble. Heaven only knows what's going to happen with Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and the other Stalinist corporations out there who want to silence conservative speech. So if you want to stay in touch with us, guaranteed, digitally, the only way I can tell you that we can do that is because I can download the email list as a hard copy, ultimately. We use a third-party service, so I guess they could try to silence us too, but we can download the list. In fact, let me make sure that Pedals that we're doing that we download our list every week for the time being to make sure that we don't lose anybody. Should these other fascists want to silence speech. By the way, Stripe is another one. Stripe, a credit card processing service that's online. It's used. It's plugged in with many websites. What did they do? They stopped allowing donations for a Trump website, or I don't even know. I can't keep up. Anyway, I told you I'd play this soundbite. Here we go. Soundbite, CNN. Montage put together by Media Research Council. And I just want you to listen to this. This is CNN basically celebrating, folks, celebrating Twitter's decision to silence and censor, by the way, Jim Acosta is the right word here, censor the President of the United States. Here you go.
This is a private company. It's a publicly traded company, but it is a company that has a platform that he's been using to spread lies and fear and hatred over the last 4 years. You know, he's tweeted everything from calling the press the enemy of the people to hashtag fire Fauci about Dr. Fauci during this coronavirus pandemic. So he's used this Twitter account to great harm. But Wolf,
that's great harm.
You don't have a First Amendment right to shout fire in a crowded theater. And that is essentially what the president has been doing over these last 4 years. And Donald Trump is somebody who has time and again not just broken the rules of social media, but just sort of broken the rules of decent society, spreading hate and fear and lies and so on. And I think a lot of people are going to be applauding this tonight on both sides of the political spectrum.
Apple is threatening to remove Parler from its App Store because of content moderation concerns. So, look, it's the fourth year. All of this probably should have happened sooner, but these technology companies are trying to show some responsibility in the very last days of the Trump administration.
Responsibility.
It really is
incredible.
Yeah, there you go. That was Brian Stelter. CNN, again, Media Research Council put that together. Jim Acosta saying they're saying that the social media companies are finally stepping up to their responsibilities to stop President Trump from using his Twitter account because he used hashtag Fire Fauci. That is, folks, that's a political. How? Remember, Dr. Fauci, by the way, Dr. Fauci has lied on the record, admitted to lying to the American people twice. Telling the American people two different lies now. The first was that back about this time last year, maybe around March, but around this time last year when the coronavirus was first announced, at least in the United States, Dr. Fauci said masks are largely symbolic. That's right. The mask that he is now saying is going to save your life and save the life of someone else on the street because you have the mask on. You are saving their life even if you're not sick. Let those words I just spoke sink in to what we've been convinced here over the past 12 months. But Dr. Fauci at one point said that masks were largely symbolic. Then he came out and said, well, the reason I said that was because we needed to get masks and other PPE to first responders. And if I told you the truth, you would have gone out and bought all that stuff, and it wouldn't have gotten to the people who needed it most. So that's why I didn't tell you the truth at first. That is on record. There is no denying that he said that, number one. Number two, he's on record telling us that herd immunity, I believe at one point was considered around 60%. Now it's up to 75%. Because at first the American people, he said, we wouldn't have been able to handle the full truth. So they were giving us these lower numbers because we're just not tough enough and brave enough and certainly smart enough. So Trump's out there. Maybe Trump shouldn't have tweeted it. That's not even the point. The point is, how is that? How is that some sort of an end to free society? It is remarkable what these jokers, Jim Acosta, CNN, Wolf Blitzer, Brian Stelter, is that his name? I don't even know. These folks are all the same to me. Professional deceivers. Yes, they are fake news. Yes, the media, as they act like these jokers, are the enemy to a free people. When they do not tell you the truth and when they try to get you to believe something that is a lie, that, my friends, makes them an enemy of free society. It is. I don't know. Take it or leave it. Whatever. Probably get shut down for saying that today myself. That's why you got to join our email. I'm telling you, it's coming for all of us. ToddHuffShow.com/subscribe. Got to take a break. Back here in just a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter? To subscribe, visit ToddHuffShow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
Do you have 10 years of construction experience? Reformation LLC specializes in residential construction and is looking for a mentor and team leader to fill a general superintendent position. Our company was founded to provide training and mentoring to individuals coming out of substance abuse addiction. We believe your past doesn't dictate your future. If you have experience, we have a place for you at Reformation. We have a passion for seeing lives and homes transformed. Contact us today at reformationllc.com or 317-643-1952. Corin Homes is expanding their 55-plus community. Briar Creek is the only senior manufactured home community in Indianapolis featuring Indiana-built homes. Floor plans and finishes starting at $75,000. Enjoy affordable, low-maintenance lifestyle with the charm of a residential neighborhood. Located minutes from I-465 in Fort Harrison State Park. Corin Homes, family-owned and operated since 1955. Check us out at COHRONhomes.com. Mention the Todd Huff Show and receive a $1,000 discount on your new home.
There's a lot going on in the world today, and with so much going on, it's sometimes hard to maintain balance. Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I'm Pastor Jeff Floyd of the Martinsville First Church of the Nazarene. To experience how life can be better with Jesus, come worship at M1 Church at 10 a.m. this Sunday, 1609 John R. Wooden Drive in Martinsville, or catch our live stream service on Facebook at M1 Church. For more information, visit m1nazarene.org. Have a great day today in Jesus.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter CHWEINC.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
I want to get one more season out of my furnace or air conditioner. Have you or someone you know ever made that statement? Economy heating, air conditioning, and plumbing has heard it a lot. Did you know that furnaces and air conditioners are most likely to break down when they're under stress? That means during the hottest and coldest months of the year, like those months quickly approaching us. With winter on the horizon, now is the time to replace that old rickety unit. With 0% financing for up to 72 months and up to $600 in instant rebates, now is the time to buy. Doing great work is Economy's priority, and the satisfaction of their customers is their number one goal, guaranteed. Make your home comfortable this winter. Contact Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing today by calling 317-831-5279. Or visit them at economyheatingandair.com.
Problems in the bedroom? Not that kind. Bed bugs. At Integrated Pest Control, we make sure you never have to worry about any pests in your home or business again. We are the bed bug specialists with over 20 years of combined experience. Our promise is to keep your home or business completely pest-free for 90 days, or we will retreat the area absolutely free. Visit IntegratedPestControlLLC.com or call 317-349-0094 for your free bed bug inspection.
All right, folks, that is about all the time that we have this morning. But again, you may be waking up to the realization or a deeper realization that this country is quickly becoming something that you no longer even recognize. It is absolutely, positively crazy to think about what we are facing in this nation today. Assaults from all sides, assaults on our liberty, our free speech, the exchange of ideas, people being praised for this. I know they're not government, but that doesn't mean that they're suddenly valid to try to silence people from discussing political ideas. I've got to go. Hang in there. Keep the faith. SDG. See you tomorrow. Take care.
Ever wondered what shooting a real machine gun feels like? At Indie Trading Post, you can have an awesome and safe shooting experience in our family-friendly environment. Firing a weapon on full auto is something you will always remember. Schedule some range time today and let Indie Trading Post give you the real machine gun shooting experience. We guarantee you'll have a blast. Give us a call at 317-782-4867 or schedule your range time at fullautoindy.com.
As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in Central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279. Or visit economyheatingandair.com.
Would you like to save 20% or more on your insurance? Let AIA and Avon do a free comparison for you. As an independent agent, we can find savings that fit your needs and budget. We work for you, not the insurance companies. Whether your insurance need is big or small, give AIA a call, 317-718-1747, or find out what we can do for you at AIA4lowrates.com.
Ever wondered what shooting a real machine gun feels like? At Indie Trading Post.